hot off the presses. Grab your exclusive merch at the Vile Hip Hop Shop. Protect your energy at all costs. And you tired of all these self-proclaimed goats? Well, be a goat killer exclusively at the Viral Hip Hop Shop. Link in the description. Promote your brand here at Viral Hip Hop News. Hit me, Sam Ant, at dlsmediainc1@gmail.com. dlsmediainc1@gmail.com. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's pretty much where that ended up. And, we're still in litigation, almost 3 years later.
Yeah. Business can be very cutthroat. My cousin, I know that very personally, that business can be very shady and cutthroat sometimes. And
yeah, man, it definitely taught me and that feelings and business don't mix, man. And
right.
It's hard because, when, and like I said, like, even to this day, all right, I would never take away what we accomplished together. You know what I'm saying? I would never take away what smack means to the culture. You know what I'm saying? I would never do any of that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I still got love for them. You know what I'm saying?
Looking back on it now, I'm sorry to cut you off. Looking back on it now, would you have done anything different from a business perspective, knowing everything you know now, walking into it? Even though they were your brothers and you thought it was more of a loyalty thing than it was, would you do anything different from a business perspective to kind of cover yourself better?
Oh yeah, there's a million things. There's a million things I would have done better, man. And that's why I have on my slogan: if they call you your brother, get a lawyer. It's real shit. Somebody said, "Nah, you my now get that nigga on the line, bro. Get him." That shit is real shit. And it's crazy because I see the same lingo. Like I just seen the Dumb and Remy. And, yo, Remy's my sister. That's my sister. It's beef behind the scenes, but you call her your sister. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's shit like that that really taught me, like, words mean certain things to certain people. And that brother shit ain't real, bro. That shit is not real. And that's just real talk. Like, you do business, bro. If somebody doesn't want paperwork or they don't want to do certain things, that means they trying to fuck you eventually. So you kind of gotta, like, understand that. And just because me and you are doing business, I'm like, look, I'd rather get in paperwork so there's no confusion or whatnot, because people take advantage of people, and I'm not the first nor the last person that's gonna deal with this shit. You know what I mean? You see all the shit that's happening with all these what happened with Joe Budden and Rory and all these other dudes. It sucks. It sucks, bro, because people two sides, you lose friends through this shit. It's just bad, and there's a lot I would learn and that I've learned from it, and I would definitely do a million things different, man. A million things different. And again, I'm not perfect. So, I was just young, stupid, naive, and had love for three individuals that apparently didn't have the same love back. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, I know Remy Ma was talking about doing a battle league. I'm not sure if that ever got off the ground or not.
Yeah, Chrome 23, she's doing it, man. She just had Easy to Block Captain. She's doing her thing.
Okay. Didn't you do an interview with her?
Yeah, I did an interview with Rem about a month and a half ago. She got upset at me because she didn't realize how. So this battle rap culture is very, like, it's a niche audience. It's not a huge audience. So it's so like, bro, like, you could turn on the mic and you could be popping in a month doing battle rap media for battle rap media, of course.
Right.
And Remy didn't realize, and as big a star as Remy is, how cutthroat this shit is and how people will do anything in order to, screw you over.
Yeah.
And listen, you're talking about Remy, who, dealt with a lot of shit in the industry. Even I think at one point beefing with Joe at one point, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
And she was just like, yo, like, this is crazy. And I remember she had to hit me up and apologize because she was like, yo, it's not your fault. I just didn't understand that this culture is so negative. Like, it's crazy. But Remy's special when it comes to this shit, man. Like, I really support her, and I give her as much advice as I can. She respects what I've done and stuff like that. So, she definitely got it popping. She actually got an event on June, I want to say, I think 23rd or some shit like that. I'm not 100% sure. But she got her shit going, man. Like, she got some shit going, and she's doing it the right way. So I'm definitely happy for her.
And she's standalone. She's not affiliated with URL, right? She's doing her own thing. How does that work?
Oh man, listen, she's doing her own thing, and it's actually Easy to Block Captain ended up going over to her league and battling there. URL was pissed off. There's a lot of shit about that shit online. It's just crazy because I call battle rap at this stage is similar to what hip hop was like in the 30s. Like a lot of these guys don't understand their value. And that's just facts. So like they don't even understand how to make the money. They're just comfortable just being affiliated with being part of a brand. And I think that's one of the big things that most of these artists don't understand. And Easy to Block Captain, the guy that went over to Remy, understood his value, and now they're at war. So it's kind of crazy, man. In regards to that, but you know that culture, I wouldn't recommend it for anybody, man. You got to really have thick skin, to be perfectly honest with you, man. And there is a lot of room to grow for it. But if you don't have the right people in front of an organization, it's not going to grow. And that's something that I feel like has stagnated battle rap, to be honest with you.
Right. And you I heard you talking too in an interview about you were pushing for like exclusivity rights. Like if someone was a part of ABC, you know, they would have you would like block deals for them going to do other battles. Can you kind of talk about that? Like kind of being signed to a particular league?
I've always been pro contract, but I've also been pro for these individuals to read their contract and negotiate their terms. So like, like a lot of people credit me for starting the waiver contracts 100% because you want people to understand what they're getting themselves into, and you want them to negotiate what's best for them. And I was always an advocate for that.
Yeah.
So when people, bitch and moan about the URL exercising their rights in their contracts, I'm not against them with that.
Mm-hmm.
My issue with them is what they owe me. But in regards to that right, I understand it. But I also understand some of these individuals signing situations that they don't even understand. And so, for instance, if I was signing my brother here with the hat, I would always be like, listen, this is what we, at the time it was like 2-year contracts or something like that. I would always be like, listen, what do you feel comfortable with? What do you want in this situation? What will make you feel like this is, and that's how I approached it.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of what a lot of these guys are signing today, which I don't really have anything a part of it right now, a lot of these guys apparently, and that's public information with Easy to Block Captain's contract. It was like I think it was like a 6-year deal, a 5-year deal with a 1-year option with no money. And I'm not an advocate for that. I'm not an advocate for people not understanding or getting taken advantage of.
Right.
Now, I don't know if that's just an isolated situation or whatnot, because I don't have I'm not in that situation anymore.
Right.
But I am an advocate for contracts, but I'm also an advocate for a situation that works well for both parties. I don't want to take advantage of it. So what Easy to Block Captain is doing in regards to fighting for what he believes he should have, I'm 100% in support of that. But I also am in support of contracts because you need to know what you get yourself into. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's business at the end of the day.
Sure.
So if let's say if I'm URL, right, and I feel like I put all this work for this dude, of course I don't want another league to benefit off of my work because I put all this money and all this publicity into this individual. So I get that aspect of that situation, but I also understand the flip side of it. Sometimes in the NFL, you might have a 7th round pick. That 7th round pick may overplay his contract. He might, you know what I'm saying? And he wants to be paid like he's that guy. So I understand that aspect of it. And I think that's where I think the URL failed with Easy to Block Captain. So I'm not against someone saying, hey, listen, let's renegotiate. Let's make it make sense because I'm not who I once was when I started in this situation. So I understand both sides of the situation. I understand why URL wouldn't want anyone else benefiting off of the work they've put in, and they're 100% right with that. But I can't sit here and knock an artist for saying, well, listen, this shit ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these guys, especially being young brothers from the hood and stuff like that, a lot of these, and this is crazy. I heard a rapper say this, like, yo, I ain't want to get a lawyer because I ain't want to look like a snitch. And I'm sitting here like, are you serious? You're talking about business? You're talking about snitching, dog? Like,
right.
Look, this is what people prey on, stupidity.
Yeah.
If you don't want to get a lawyer, they're going to take advantage of you. And that's where I'm an advocate of these artists and Easy to Block Captain, what he's doing, because even if they did sign a bad contract, if they didn't have the education or if they didn't understand what they were signing, I think that needs to be revisited. And especially if you are in this situation, and you understand what these guys are going through, it just sucks, man. It's just not a good vibe,